Hello, everybody, and welcome back to In the Foundations. We are continuing on our journey of trying to figure out what our father left us in our childhood home. It's going to be the third episode, and let's just jump right back into it. Let's load our save and continue. You've been going through your bedroom for a while. You have bags of items for donating, selling, and trashing. It's been weird going through all your old stuff. Most of it isn't relevant to the you that you are now, but when an item has a distinct memory tied to it, you take a little longer to ponder it. The nostalgia in the house feels a little stronger today for sure. You feel more comfortable in the house than you have ever felt, even as a kid. You just wish you weren't doing it alone. You fill up another bag and then pull out the last one in the box. You wonder if your dad had more supplies down in the basement. You walk to the basement door and try the light again. The light bulb is for sure burnt out. You look through the kitchen and bathroom for light bulbs and can't find any. There's also not a flashlight anywhere that you'd expect. You would prefer to get the light working anyway. You need to go to the local dollar store to grab more bags. Might as well get bulbs too. As you're putting on your shoes, you really don't want to leave. But you know you also need to get into the basement, so you go. The dollar store is the biggest store here since the big box chain closed. As you're walking through the battery aisle, an older man walks towards you. He seems vaguely familiar. You try to look away, but he stands in the middle, in your way. Hey, you're Mark's kid, right? Yep. The old man grunts. Mark Hoblet. You poor kid. What a shock that he passed so young. Yeah, it was very surprising, I say. You going to sell that house? Straight to the point. It's been in your family since I was a kid. I'm trying to clear it out before I decide. There's gotta be a lot of nice antiques in there, huh? The old man says. How about I come by tomorrow and take a look? Sure. Sounds good. I'll come by in the afternoon. And maybe I'll be able to get some cash in your hands. He passes by you, coughing profusely. You grab trash bags, batteries, and light bulbs. Luckily, the cashier is young and doesn't know who you are. The price you pay is half what you'd pay back home. No. Is this home here? Friday, November 13th, 2026. Back at the house, you set everything down on the desk and rip open the light bulb box. All of the curtain bulbs must be the old style one. No idea where Dad bought them. It's possible he has a stockpile in the basement. You'll find out soon. Before you go down, you stop to eat some of the leftovers. The microwave doesn't have a turntable, so you have to rotate the food manually. It's hard to take more than a few bites because you know what you have to do next. Deep breaths. First, you make sure the light switch is off. Then, you lean over to install the light bulb. On your tippy toes, you barely are able to grasp the end of the bulb. When you brush it with your fingertips, you get a soft shock, like when you rub your feet across carpet and then touch metal. You don't even pull back your hand. It doesn't hurt enough to warrant a reaction. After unscrewing the bulb, you walk to the trash and immediately throw it away. Not before shaking it to hear the sound of the broken filament moving around. The LED bulb fits perfectly and screws in easily. Another pause for deep breaths. You feel so determined to turn on the light. No one will yell at you. There's no one to stop you. It's almost a rush of adrenaline when you touch your hand to the switch. Aha! There was a small part of you that was hoping the bulb didn't turn on. Maybe something was wrong with the wiring. It's a very, very old house. But unfortunately, you can now go down into the basement. The basement is small, but there's a lot of stuff in it. Your dad must have been more of a prepper than you thought. It's a good storage area, so of course Dad had this all down here. House supplies like detergent, MREs, canned food. There's a ton of half-finished projects like ham radios. Dad's desk with his journals, notebooks, and loose paperworks on it. Giant buckets of salt and heat lamp. Knitting and crocheting supplies that you remember your grandma using in photos. When you look at all the supplies down here, you get overwhelmed. You're not sure how much mental effort you can use right now. Today's been a long day, and you're already exhausted. You walk to the large containers to see what's over there. There are light bulbs and batteries back in the corner. You grab some and put them near the stairs so you can take them back up. There's a ton of electronics, some of which he built and some he bought. Ham radios, a refractometer, a newer looking kit to make a synthesizer. Your dad wasn't really into music, though you remember him singing to himself a lot. You see some gigantic boxes in the corner that say filters. They look like they probably are big enough to be for the house's water supply. There's also huge buckets of pH balancers and water softeners. The water here has always been really hard, and you remember rings around the bathtub, and your hair never felt clean. There are also heavy tubs of salt, and they are labeled Instant Ocean and seem to be some kind of special formula. There's also a few smaller boxes behind them. You push boxes around until you find his old freshwater fish tank hidden behind everything. It's about 50 gallons. There's a lot of dust in it and fish-related supplies. Small filters, a lamp, tiny jars of fish flakes. You remember naming one of his goldfish Speckles back in the day, but that was at least 15 years ago. There's still more to look at here. You know there's enough in the basement that will take you days to cover. You step back into the center of the room, wanting to look through as much as you can. You're tired, but you gather yourself up to keep going. Grandma's knitting supplies are down here, and what looks like tons of unfinished projects. When she went into the nursing home, she couldn't hold the needles or hooks anymore, so she left them for your stepmom. Sandra probably just forgot they were down there during the divorce. It was surprising, quick, and acrimonious, so she probably wasn't concentrating on that. Your dad didn't know how to knit. Paige might. You don't see anything else over here to explore. The fatigue is becoming worse. It's been a long day. You go over to the shelf to look. There's a lot of MREs. Some of these are surprisingly old. It looks like the most recent box was made before you were born. They don't have an expiration date, but you assume they're safe to eat. You could bring some up to eat if you wanted to, but just the thought of it makes your stomach flip. There's also a bunch of protein powder, cookies, and cream flavored. It's gross. Hopefully the food pantry will take it. There's still more to look at here, but you're not sure what else will be relevant. You walk back to the middle of the room to decide what else might be easy to go over. You feel a little relief after looking through Dad's stuff. You can maybe force yourself to keep going a tiny bit more. Industrial-sized cans of Vienna sausages. You have no idea how your dad ate these. He would make them every holiday, and you never went back for seconds. The can is so big though, there's no way he could eat them all before they went bad. But then again, in an apocalypse, if it was his only food source, next to them canned vegetables, especially pickles and beets. What surprises you is the amount of potted meat. There's a box of tons and tons of cans of Spam. No one in the family likes Spam. You also have no idea how he's managed to find these 4-pound cans. Each box has 15 cans in it. You know that kind of stuff lasts for a long time, but you can't get over the texture. You never liked corned beef hash either. There's nothing else over in this area that you want to look at. It's hopeless. Your brain feels empty. It's probably a good idea to stop for now. Even though you were apprehensive about coming down here, you feel better now. Before you go back upstairs, you should decide what to do with some of these things. You start with the aquarium supplies. Your dad didn't have a fish tank, so you think first about getting rid of them. They're not antiques or family heirlooms, so who cares? You should not get rid of anything that is down here. What? Why not though? You don't have a purpose for most of this stuff, even if your dad did. But you do. Do you really? You guess maybe you thought at one point about having an aquarium, but you don't have one now, and it wouldn't be worthwhile to take the gigantic buckets of salt or heat lamps all the way home. Anyway, you'd go for the fresh water. Those fish are much easier to take care of. There's a feeling that slices through your brain. Not painfully, but cold. It freezes you in place somehow. The supplies should stay here. You may need them. You shake your head. What's going on? These thoughts are audible. They're clear, like a bell, shaking in your ear. The voice feels motherly, soft and warm. Your voice is shaky, but you make yourself say something. Is someone there? Do you really want to know? Yes. I have been waiting here for you. I'm still afraid to show myself. I need your help. I want you to be sure that you are ready. You feel your heart racing. Words want to come out of your throat, but you legitimately choke, coughing loudly. There's a pile of items you want to bring up to the ground floor, but you leave everything downstairs in your rush to get out of the basement. It's surprising you got so out of breath running up the stairs, but you're hit with a rush of endorphins. It's not distress, it's eustress, like when you get off of a roller coaster. You sit down at the dining room table and stare down at it, almost disassociating. After a few minutes, you shake your head hard, breaking your gaze. You grab some food from the fridge, microwave it, and eat it in silence. You stare at the lockbox. Now's another chance. You stare at the lock and try to force the code to come into your mind. Gotta try something. Okay, so we tried Paige last time. So we said something about a snow globe. So maybe we should try snow or our last name Hoblet. Let's try Hoblet. That's not how to do it. Hoblet. You put in the combination Hoblet. You pull down on the lock. Your last name doesn't seem to open it. Do you already know this information? Where would it be? Do you miss seeing it? Did you miss seeing it already? I have no idea, man. You feel extremely exhausted now, but very relaxed. You decide to get ready for bed. As you brush your teeth, you stare at yourself in the mirror. Your eyes feel tight, like you were crying. So you close them. You focus on the vibrations of the toothbrush. When it stops, you spit into the sink that you know is there by feel. You're almost afraid to open your eyes again. But you do. There's nothing but your disgusting spittle in the sink. You wish you could open that lockbox. There might be something important in there. So, bed. Yes, let's go to bed. The couch is starting to feel like it has a groove for your body. You stick your arm out of the blanket and turn on the TV. You are lulled off the sleep yet again by the TV noise. Saturday, November 14th, 2026. You haven't felt like going back into the basement all day. Yesterday was like getting a grain of sand in your clam chowder. Inevitable, but still grosses you out every time. Everyone just eats that piece of sand, don't we? No one stops and spits it out. As you're moving things around in the house, the doorbell rings. It's the old man. He's got a notebook with him and little glasses. Hey there, kiddo. You mind if I walk around and look at the stuff, the old man says? If you want to follow me around and make sure I'm not stealing anything, you can. But I'm gonna be slow, so get ready to be bored. It's fine, I say. Don't worry. He winks at you. I'm going to take some pictures and make you a list. He walks into the kitchen and starts making notes and takes photos with one of those small digital cameras. You watch him shuffle away and then get back to looking through your dad's bedroom. After a bit, he finds you in your bedroom putting things into bags still. Hey, lots of good stuff in here. Want to meet me outside so we can talk about it? You follow him out to the front porch. Sorry, it's quite stuffy in there. I feel like I want to leave the moment I walk in. You know that feeling. See something that caught your eye? You've got a few appliances that are really old. Antique old, not low quality. Son, you know what antique means? The old man says. Vintage? No, that's more recent collectible things. But I'm talking about something from my dad's generation. I mean, some of it is more modern, but would be worth a lot. The toaster. It's one of the older mechanical ones, not the electronic one. Oh, and that coffee maker. How much for it? A lot more than you'd think. I'll have to look it up and let you know. Here. He extends a shaky arm and hands you the small notebook. You look over the list. It seems like he mostly wants the larger furniture. It would really help you to have it out of there. Even if you don't sell the place, it would be nice to change it up. The back bathroom could be remodeled, raise property value somewhat, could shake out some of your shame and memories, might make you want to stay. It could be nice to be a homeowner. The old man clears his throat, and it shakes you out of your rumination. I can have my son bring his truck by in an hour or so to pick it all up. Take it all. That's great. When were you looking around, did you see a snow globe? No, but I wasn't particularly looking for one, the old man says. I'll be right back. I'll get the kid over here so he can carry this for me. I'm not as young as I used to be. He chuckles to himself. And obviously, you know I'll pay you for everything we take. He pulls out his phone and starts walking away from the porch. Hey Johnny, come on by, bring the big truck. Do you know if the boxes are still in the back? As he gets further away, you sit down on the step. You feel less tired, less foggy, out here on the porch. It's like your brain is waking up, just a little. The old man eventually comes back and sits on the porch with you in old man silence. It's nice to take a break from being inside there. Less than an hour later, the truck pulls up. Johnny exits the car, slamming the door harder than he needs to. He's about your age, but much more fit. It must be from carrying furniture around all the time. He's smoking a cigarette as he walks up to the house. Johnny nods at you, and you nod back. Midwestern wordless hellos go a long way. Okay, let's get this going. I'm about ready for a nap. He gets to his feet slowly. You and the old man go back inside first, and Johnny stands outside finishing his smoke. The old man walks over to the dining room table. We should start with this. It's an antique for sure. I could sell it for quite a lot. Your cut would probably be around $5,000 depending on the bidding. Wow. Yep. It's from the 1890s from what I can tell. The wood is hand carved and your family has treated it well. When you were a kid, this was the family hangout spot. You have a lot of memories around the table. Some of them good, at least. You start to speak, but this table should stay here. This is your family's table. You narrow your eyes, your vision feels cloudy. You open your mouth to talk, but the wrong words come out. I don't think I can let you have this one. Is it the money? The old man says. I can take a smaller finder's fee if you want. You look at the table and imagine moving the items off of it so they can take it. A pit forms in the bottom of your stomach. You almost feel like throwing up, but you hold back. No, I need it to stay here. It feels wrong, the idea of the table being somewhere else. Okay, I respect that. He walks back to the front door and peeks his head through. Johnny, are you ready? The two men start walking through the house. You follow them around and let them take some end tables and the toaster. His son takes pictures of the table anyway. It makes you feel weird that he's doing it. The old man takes a look at your sister's old room. So the dresser, nightstand, and bed frame are probably from the 1920s? You know how hard it is to find solid wood furniture now? You have no idea, really. I think the furniture was my dad's. I believe this is his childhood bedroom. So... He's dead. Go ahead. They begin collecting the furniture. The old man is surprisingly strong and neither of the men ask for your help. Once the bed frame is out of the page's room, it feels surprisingly empty. They leave the mattress and you keep it on the floor. You walk the two men to the door. I'll let you know when the pieces sell. Call me if you change your mind about the table. Johnny, who has said nothing this whole time, gives you a full, genuine smile as he lights up a cigarette. He walks to the car, and the old man stands staring at you awkwardly. Yeah? His eyes are intensely looking into yours. This is not normal for someone from Illinois to make such direct eye contact. But he's not sure if he wants to speak. You can feel it. Are you okay? He reaches out to shake your hand. You grab his, and the grip is tighter than you would expect. But he doesn't look away. He speaks under his breath. Sir, can you say that again? Someone die here? What do you mean, I say? Did someone die in this house? I can't remember. Mine's a little less of a steel trap than it was in my youth. I just feel something. He continues quietly, barely moving his lips. You can just make out the words. Deep sadness. It wants to be free. Let it out. Why is it here? He finally looks down. You're not sure how to react. You start by dropping his hand. He turns from you immediately and starts walking briskly away. The old man speaks over his shoulder toward you. Thanks, kiddo. I'll let you know when your items sell. He hops in the passenger seat of the truck, and Johnny drives off. Once back inside, you stare off into the space for minutes before you realize you're doing it again. Today's been very productive, but you don't feel tired. Just disassociated. You want to eat, but the roller coaster your stomach has been on over the past few hours makes it seem impossible. The sun is beginning to set. It must be past 5 p.m. You could call your sister to try to get more information from her. Her memory might be better, and she lived here much longer than you did. Or, since you're here, you could just go down to the basement and see if something happens. You decide to call Paige before you try to communicate with whatever is downstairs. The phone rings twice and she picks up. What's up? She sounds a little concerned. What do you remember about our dining room table, I say? It's a wood table. I guess it's a medium color wood. It's always been in the dining room. Mom and Dad would force us to have dinner every night at 6 p.m. It's one of the only times I remember Dad actually coming up from the basement regularly. What if I wanted to sell it? She sighs. Are you just getting rid of everything in the house? Does it matter? Maybe a little. I know I'm not there, but I didn't think you just gut the whole house. I know there's a lot of sentimental possessions here, I say, but I'm trying to clean up in case I keep the place. I'm not mad. I know I was pissed that Dad left the whole house to you. Not as pissed as Roy was, I say. That's another issue that we don't have time to dig into. I know the house is a lot to deal with. I'm trying to be helpful. I promise. Yeah. There's a problem, though. I mean, Dad died. There's a lot of problems, Paige says. Paige, please. Sorry. I'm serious. Some old man who knew Dad or something came over to buy the table. He offered to take it and sell it at his antique store. Okay. Did he not have a big enough truck? He brought his son with their company truck. I wanted to tell him he could take it, but I just couldn't. Why not? My mouth would not say the words. I felt something stop me. Like a feeling in your stomach or something? It wasn't me. Could be a spirit or something. The house always gave me an unearthly vibe. Maybe. Did I ever tell you about the time I swear I heard Dad talking to someone in the basement when Mom was gone? He talked to himself a lot, I'd say. No, I heard another voice though. That's peculiar. There you go again, talking like you're from the 1950s. Who says peculiar like that? I'm sorry, you felt weird about the table. It's normal to do things you wouldn't expect when grieving. You gotta try to be nicer to yourself. I'm trying. Remember when Scotty died? Yeah? You didn't want to throw away his collar for a while. I remember I found it in the back of your nightstand. Why were you looking through my nightstand, I say? I think you hit the TV remote or something. Probably. I did manage to give them your old bedroom furniture. Mine? I promise I'll give you half of what he sells it for. Okay, but please ask me if you get rid of anything else from my room. Sure. Did you ever feel like there were spirits in the house? What do you mean? There's something here with me. Do you think it's sinister? No, but it's talked to me. Talk to you? Like you heard voices? Sounds kind of scary. It doesn't feel scary. You know, I never had any supernatural experiences there. I don't think Dad believed in ghosts. No, not that I can remember. My mom doesn't. I don't remember anything in particular happening. It's an old house. Could have had people die in it before. It's been in our family a very long time, so maybe. You know, the old man asked me about that. He asked about dead people at our house? Yeah, when he left, it was really, really strange. He was whispering some creepy shit to me. Like, he's a murderer, or creepy, or I want to date you, creepy. Paige, what did he say? He said it wants to be free. She's at a loss for words. No jokes for once. I got nothing. That sounds awful. In my experience, though, I've never talked to a ghost or anything. Over the phone, you can faintly hear someone opening a door. Well, if you feel like something is there with you, stay safe. Leave if you need to. I know we're not close, but I can't have you getting killed. Mom will be upset. Thanks, I think. I should go. Hey, have you heard from Uncle Roy? No, I haven't talked to him in years. You know, when Mom and I moved here, we used to spend a lot of time with Uncle Roy. The investments he made really paid off. His house is huge and it's right on the beach. It was a little weird to see him so much. But when Dad died, he stopped answering my calls. I went over to check in on him yesterday. That was when I decided to send you dinner. Well, what did he say? He was concerned that you might not want the house. To him, it's really important that it stays in the family. You should call him. Sure. Thanks. I know you're busy right now, but just sometime soon. It's fine. I have some more stuff I want to do today. Okay, I think you might need a break though. Yeah, probably. Bye. Bye. It's grown dark out, and you pace around in the living room. The only thing that feels right at this point is to go into the basement. Your heart feels as if it's twisting as it beats. Even your arm starts to hurt, like maybe you're having a heart attack right in front of this door. You force yourself to touch the handle. It's cold. You try to turn it, and it won't open. You push the door with the full weight of your body once, and nothing happens. So you do it again. And of course it unsticks, and you have to stop yourself from falling down the stairs. Your voice catches in your throat as you call down into the dark. Are you there? Your face flushes hot. I have always been here, waiting for the time that I could reach you. Please, come here. You reach for the switch and flip it. You step down the stairs slowly. The temperature seems to drop dramatically. You wish you had Grandma's blanket from the couch. At the bottom of the stairs, you force yourself to speak out again. Show yourself. Of course. You start to see something, corporalizing in front of you. It starts out looking like a blob and takes shape. It grows legs, arms, a soft face. Your eyes look back at you, but something is different. A face you've only ever seen in photos before. Mom? It does look like your mom. The mom you never met. You start to feel a heat that climbs up your neck, to your scalp. You breathe faster. The ghost of your mother hangs in the air before you. When you move your head from side to side, the shape shifts. But it is unmistakably the woman from the photos. You feel compelled to speak. I need to know. What are you? What do you think that I am? A ghost? Are you afraid of ghosts? I don't believe in ghosts. You cannot lie to me. I can tell. You think she is smiling at you. The face warps and contorts. It's almost scary, but your heart is already racing. But it doesn't matter what I am, does it? I am here. I have been here, in this house, for so long. As you try to think of what to say next, you feel a hand stroke your cheek. Though it feels warm and kind, you lean away. You have no idea how hot it can get. How is she doing this if she has no form? Who are you? Someone who loves you. Someone who has loved you for years. I have known you since before you were born. But me? I am afraid to tell you. You try to focus on her face. Tell me the truth. Are you my mother? I do not think so. And yet, she puts her hands over her face. You hear a faint sound of haggard breath, which feels impossible for a ghost. When she speaks again, it's quieter. I do love you. I have prayed that you would come back for me. But worst of all, I cannot answer your question. Why not? Her shape shimmers and changes. Can she tell you're concerned? I want to, but telling you will change everything. It will taint your childhood, your relationship with your father, and his father. This is really scary. How is this happening? Dad died, and now I'm being confronted by my mom's ghost in the basement of our family house? I admit, I am also scared that you will not understand. You must trust me now. I guarantee I can make that fear go away. I can make all of your pains and anxieties go away. This is one of my specialties. I will fix all of this for you. She looks directly into your eyes. You somehow keep your eyes straight, trying to understand her face. As you search the void top to bottom, you feel a calm wash over you. You're not sure if it's because you've had a few minutes to get used to this, or if it's something else. No, as you continue to stand eye to eye with her, as much as that's possible with a ghost, you start to feel euphoric. It's not like being drunk. There's no nausea or shakiness. It reminds you of just falling asleep under a heated blanket. The vibe of the room seems to shift. Whatever she is doing to you starts building, slowly, from something gentle caressing your skin to electricity on the back of your neck and shoulder blades. As the tingling travels down your body, it feels like vines growing, encircling every inch of your arms, legs, and torso. A faint breeze blows and you smell San Diego, faint salty air, surf wax, and sage. You can hear a hum on a frequency that sounds like a blood rushing through your ears like the static of ocean waves. The feeling takes over your whole body. At this point, your knees grow weak, but you manage to stand and continue to look at her. Time stays at a standstill. You feel your mind unraveling with enjoyment for longer than expected. Solace, refuge, a haven. Slowly, you become more alert again. You feel your toes in your socks, your arms against your sides. It feels exhilarating, addicting. What did you do to me? Be patient. I will explain. But something's changed. You know deeply in your heart that she will not hurt you. You put your hand out toward her. As your fingers dip into the vision, you feel Nothing. For some reason, you expected it to be cold or wet or humid, but it's just a visual with no form. How is this possible if you felt her touch you before? What do you want? I need your help. I'm trapped here. You have to help me. You look directly into her shape, trying to figure out what she is. You can't shake the feeling that she must be your mom. What you can see in her face sometimes looks like your own. You seem so familiar. I am not surprised. I promise I have always been here. You're starting to feel relaxed, even through the fear. She shimmers. Her face seems to be pleading. I cannot leave. I cannot care for myself. Only you can help me. You can't think of anything else to ask right now. You feel vaguely satisfied in her answers, but you're not sure why. Can you trust your ears, your eyes, your mind? You've begun to feel like you trust her, but why? She's done nothing to earn it. But something does feel familiar. And then she speaks again. You hear her more clearly than ever before. This is not how I wanted this to happen. This is not what I did last time. But because we are here now, I do not have another option. Please give me the time to explain. Okay. You want to know what her story is. You could not pull yourself away, even if you wanted to. You take a deep breath. Something washes over you. The smell of Midwestern summer, pine and rain and honeysuckle. The orange soap from the bathroom upstairs. The taste of honey butter and fresh picked corn. You almost start to get taken away by pleasure again. Wait. Focus. Please listen carefully. You try to stay aware, but you feel buzzed. It feels like drinking a cold, light beer on the porch in July. You shake your head, trying to listen to her. I know you deeply, like a mother would. How could you know me? From your youth. It is true, you were not aware of this, but I have been in this house since before you were born. I remember you as a child. I watched you grow. I pushed you away from your own safety. I made you leave so you could do so much more. You made me hate this place. Why? I had to do it so that you were not here. I am sorry though, it worked too well. We couldn't get you back here, no matter how hard he tried. And now, this is less than ideal, but is the only way. Your body feels overwhelmed and tired. It's not a painful exhaustion, it feels blissful and relaxed. But you need to sit down in your dad's desk chair. If this is your mom, she must be dead. How could you even help her? Is her body here somewhere? Yes, it is, and I cannot get out. Wait, I didn't say that out loud. Can you read my mind? It is surprising you did not realize from what I just did to you. I've had a lot going on the past few days, so if I'm slow to catch on to something, please be nice to me. Before I agree to help you, I need to know something. Are you my mom? I understand I look like your mother, Catherine. She makes a noise almost like a sound of pain. Can ghosts feel pain? Unfortunately, I must be honest now. Your mother used to live here, but she has been gone for many years. I have felt no deeper sadness in any person than in your dad when she left. She saw things she should not have seen. Did you read all of your dad's journals? Do you know what happened? No, what happened to my mom? She knew about me. She should not have known I was here. Your mom rightfully left. When she found out about my suffering, she could not bear it anymore. Your dad would not let her take you. He clung to you, hoping she would return. This is why I assumed he was so afraid to tell you. So why pretend? I knew you would like this form. I know how much you wish you knew her, and I hoped you would accept me if you thought I was her. Please forgive me. I could come to you in any form you wanted. Visions like this do not have to look like my body. Where is your body? Are you buried here? Yes, I am close by. I desperately need you to come to me. No one else can do it. Okay. You sense how pathetic and weak this spirit is. She needs you to come to her aid. You have to help her move on from whatever is holding her here. You notice now that since you've been talking, her image has been growing softer. She's fading from consciousness, and you can't be sure how much longer you can talk to her. Do not worry, I am not going to surrender into nothingness just yet. I am growing extremely tired though. We may need to come back tomorrow to continue on so I can get some rest. That's fine. I am also exhausted. You know hours have passed and it must be close to midnight. Part of it is still reeling from the revelations you've had tonight. That this ghost, with her powers to make you feel such strong pleasure and comfort, has been in this house since before you were born. Your dad knew, your mom knew, and that's why she left. But who put her here? Who killed this woman? Have you decided yet if you will save me? I will. So tell me, how can I help you? You need to get into the basement. We're in the basement right now. No, my dear. The real basement. I need you to check behind the shelf with boxes on it on the back wall. You pull the shelf away from the wall, knocking over a few boxes along the way. Nothing glass seems to have shattered, so you'll worry about it later. Once the shelf is moved, you realize there are scratch marks on the floor. If you had pushed it to the left, it would have easily moved. Behind the shelf is a small door, locked with a chain. You could possibly break this open, but it would be easier to find the key. I do not believe he left it down here typically. It's probably on his key ring. That would make sense. The keys are upstairs. Do not worry now. We both must rest. It has been all of my effort to stay present the past few days. When she speaks, her voice is faint. Please do not leave the house. The farther you get from me down here, the harder it is to sense you. Okay, I'll come back tomorrow morning. I am trusting you. You have always been a kind person. You stand from the chair, shakily. Climbing the stairs proves to you how tired your legs are. You hold onto the railing with a strong grip as you slowly move up. But some energy returns as you clear the top step and close the basement door. With the door shut, you notice your mind feels sharper than ever. You hadn't noticed that you'd been in a fog the past few days, but looking back, there's been something crawling in your skull, quietly taking over your thoughts. The old man must have felt it too. Whatever she is, she's been infecting your house for years. The thought that you moved away from your family because of her doing. And yet, she's in need of your help. She's so powerful, but yet so weak. You sit down at the dining room table and put your hands on the hardwood. It's cold. In fact, you realize the whole house is cold. Before you get up, You look over at the lockbox. Still unsure of the code, but you might as well try something. You stare at the lock and try to force the code to come into your mind. Gotta try something. What other thing can we put into this? Let's see. Ooh, maybe Scotty, our dog, or Roy. Try Roy. Let's try Scotty, the dog. You put in the combination Scotty. You pull down on the lock. It stays closed. You aren't sure if you'll have another chance to do this. Dad should have made this information easier to get. Now you have too much to do and not enough time. You brush your teeth with your eyes closed. You crawl onto the couch in your clothes. Grandma's blanket feels soft and warm over your shoulders in the cold house. You fall asleep without even turning on the TV. Alright, and this is going to be the end of part 3. I hope you all are still enjoying the videos. Again, very long-winded talking, so the videos are going to be short. This was a longer one because this part was a lot longer than the others. But if you're still liking the videos, give it a like, a comment, tell me what you think of this game. I think it's still very interesting, and I hope to see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.